what you've gone through your childhood up to today, until the point that you started doing what you do.
Thank you, Anangwe. It was in Rubavu. It's where my story started. And as a child, I used to look at the well-known artist painter drawing. So I liked them, and I tried to repeat them. So at the age of 18, and I joined the high school. That's where my passion continued, and I like to draw the most. So people said, "Oh, Serge, you are good at drawing," and me, I say, "Oh," but I thought it was just
to make you happy,
to make me happy, and just.
You never believed what
I
they
never
used to say.
believed that I had a talent of drawing. Yeah.
But then, how was your childhood like? You know, it's also important to understand what you've been able to go through, if it is okay for you to share with us. Was it an easy childhood? Is it something that you went through very many challenges? How was it like? So that whoever watches you right now, or whoever is listening to you right now, can be able to understand that from whatever background they are from, they're still able to make it in life or pursue that interesting thing that they feel like they love doing.
Yeah, challenges were there. As a child, you can't find material for drawing, but you use what you have. And as a child, I struggled most. But I remember at home, my father told me that I have to study sciences, but I refused. I told him that I will join the art school. In 2007, the art school opened, and I joined. That's where the art career started.
And talking of what you just mentioned right now about your father telling you have to do sciences, you have to study sciences, and you deliberately say no, how was that like? Did it make you guys, you and your father, be in disagreement, or sort of how easy was it for you to deal with that, difference in opinion? What he wanted you to do versus what you personally wanted to do. How did you handle that?
Of course, we had different opinions, and my father asked me to follow sciences, but I told him that I know I love to draw, but I have to pursue drawing and painting. Yeah.
He never got to a point and say, you know what, because you're not doing what I want you to do, I will not pay for you.
He said no, and said if you didn't get the school of art, you will pursue science, you will continue in sciences. But I go and applied for the art school, and I found the school.
I didn't get that part where he said if you don't get a chance to go in the art school, you follow sciences.
I followed the sciences.
And what of the fact that you decide that I don't want to do sciences, I want to do arts, and he's the one providing the school fees, for example? Wasn't there a problem there, or did you understand each other properly at that particular point?
Yeah, for me, I said because he was the one who was providing the school fees. If I didn't get the chance to pursue in art school, I will follow
what he wanted.
What he wanted.
And he was fine with that?
He was fine, but I had a neighbor. She told me that the art school started. That's where I applied, and I get accepted.
So what lessons then do you learn from all this, when it comes to parents trying to help their children, or trying to dictate what their children should do versus what the children are talented in doing or being? What moral lesson do you think comes out of this? What would you tell other parents who are listening to you right now, or other young people who are listening or watching you right now, and they're in such a situation where their parents are the ones providing, and their parents have said, I want you to go this direction, but they don't feel like going that direction.
Yeah, I learned that the first thing you need to respect your parents, because they are the one who provide the school fees. And the other what I learned is that you have also to follow your dream in your heart.
How easy is that? Because you're respecting them. And then you want to follow your dreams, and yet your dreams are very different from what they want you to do. So how do you manage to balance those two things? How realistic is that? Because at some point you look like you're not respecting what they're telling you to do, because
of course I didn't, but you have to go in the way he wants you to be in. Then, and you're still looking for a good way to make that happen without disgracing him.
So let's fast forward a bit. We are now from your childhood, where you had the challenges that you say, and the decision that you wanted in terms of your career and what you wanted to achieve when you grew up, and what your father wanted you to do. Now you're already a grown up, and probably maybe still depending on the parents at some point, but you have now decided that, you see, I've already joined the art school, and here I am. What was next for you? Immediately after joining the art school and getting these skills, training to do what you do today, what was in your mind that you wanted to achieve most when you were joining the art school?
Yeah, I want to be an international artist who is able to give the message to the world and be able to represent my country. That was in my heart by joining the art school.
And do you think you're on the right track today? If you look back,
now I'm still on the track.
You're still on the track. Is everything going as your plans, or do you feel like at some point you thought it would be easy, but then you're finding it even more difficult, or you thought it was difficult but you're finding it easy? How are things?
I thought it would be easy, but it's not easy. You need to work hard. You need to make great contacts in order to be where you are.
So talking about contacts, because you will need contacts to be able to sell what you're doing. For example, there's a piece of art that is here with us, and we have others that have been showing and some that we've also posted out there. So how do you deal with that part? Because there's investment that has been put in you by your parents. There is also your personal investment, that is your time and energy to do what you do. And probably sometimes you earn a little money somewhere and you invest into what you do. So how easy is it for you to get that back? Based on your experience so far, has it been easy for you to get back the investment that was put in there, like earning, people buying, people saying, you know what, I like that picture, but go beyond just liking it and saying, Serge, how can I buy it? How is it like, the business of all this?
Yeah, the business was good, and I remember when I started a website, so people started asking me, oh Serge, you have seen your artworks on websites, how much? And that's it started to be easy. It
gives exposure.
It gives an exposure to the people.
So far you're happy, because you say you have a website. Which is it? Because someone was also asking, ask him how we can find his product. So how do they get you? What is the website? And beyond just the website, what else? What are the other contact platforms for you to be able to get in touch with these people?
The website, you would like to know the name?
Yes. What is the website?
The website is www.neoarts.co.rw.
Neo as in N-E-O?
N-I-Y.
Okay.
A-R-T-S. Yeah.
Okay.
It's Neo Arts.
Neo Arts.
Yeah.
Like from your name, Neon Sabat.
Yeah, from my name, Neon Sabat, Neo Arts.
Neoarts.co.rw.
Yeah.
All right. So when they go to the site, they're able to see some of your past
But
work.
not on the website. You can find my artworks at Hilltop Hotel. Yeah, I have a shop. Even at KBC, there's a shop called Rwanda Art and the Call Gallery.
Okay. Yeah. So that is where they can be able to find your...
you can find your artwork easily.
Okay. Between locals and foreigners, who are the ones who are consuming your products more?
Yeah, foreigners.
Foreigners.
Yeah.
How do you explain that? Because it's not only you. Many people who do arts and craft stuff always say that it is the foreigners who are buying from them. How can you explain that? Is it because we locals are not interested in such things, or we don't have the money? How can you explain that scenario?
Locals are interested in our products, but sometimes they are not able to afford our products. So the foreigners, they afford. But with the time, I believe that the locals will be able to afford and understand what I'm doing.
Don't you think like you need to have prizes for foreigners and prizes for locals? Or how do you deal with that part in order to counter that problem?
Yeah, that is what I'm thinking about. I would like to have the price for locals and the price for foreigners. If locals tell you I have such amount of money, and so I will be able to help him or her, then we can make a good deal.
Now, let's talk of the issue of support. Most young people at your age at this time, they would be saying, I've finished school, I've grown up, but there are no jobs. They say, I've knocked the doors, I've applied, but I'm not getting any job. And they've decided to either just stay at home or go walk around the streets. But you are saying that you have been able to do this and come up with even a website, knock doors to get space to sell some of your products or exhibit some of them. You're even thinking of having prices that will be affordable so that you're able to attract both local and foreign buyers. What would you tell those young people who just say, I want to be employed, and if I'm not employed, then I'm just still going to sit at home? What message can you tell them?
Yeah, the message is that they need to, first of all, they need to work hard. It means they don't need to stay at home and say, I'm going to look for a job. If you are able to do any kind of work, so go and start your work. And you'll be able to do it. Means every accomplishment and the decision to try. So you need to try your decision, and you don't say, I will stay at home. So just try your decision, and you have many opportunities.
Okay. So beyond just painting the animals and painting other things, natural features, we've also seen that you paint prominent people. I mean, the pictures of very prominent people. And how is this going for you? Do they personally come and say, I want that picture of myself? Or how does it go? How have you been able to attract the attention of these popular people or very prominent people in the society here in Rwanda?
Yeah, they are not coming themselves, but sometimes it's the commission works you get.
Okay. What do you mean by commission works?
It means when someone come and tell you, I need this picture, so you need to depict it and you give it to him or to her.
Oh, so like they say, I want like this one. To come. I'm trying to understand that commissions part. Are you trying to say that someone comes and says they look at that and say they would love to have a picture like that one, or what do you mean by that?
Yeah, it means like they have their picture. They say, will you be able to make this one? And they say, yes, I'm able. Then they give you the picture, then you make the painting.
But I'm talking about the prominent people. For example, the first lady, the president.
They don't come.
They don't come.
Yeah, they don't come.
Would you have loved them to come? Of course, this is a yes.
Of course.
And how do you think you can be assisted to have them come and say, I would love to have that portrait of mine in my house?
Maybe I think I will still working hard and make my product better. Maybe once they get it, they say, I need like this. It will be the easy way to get to them. Yeah.
Okay. So on average, a portrait is how much? Average?
On average is 80,000.
80,000 francs. All right. And if I'm local?
If you are local, it will depend like the size. It will depend on the sizes, yeah.
Okay.
The locals is 40 or 50.
Okay. Don't you think this is a bit dangerous because the foreigners will say you're being expensive because you think we have the money? That's why you're putting it expensive for us?
That is my secret. Yeah, it's my secret. Me, yeah, you came, and if you are local, I will know the
how to talk to the person. Yeah. Okay. So today, if someone would come and say, Serge, I want to support you with all the things that you're doing, I'd like to help you, what would that help be in? Like, in what form would you like that help to be in? What would you like to be assisted in to be able to get to that level that you wish to be?
Yeah, the first help will be to get my artwork abroad and to have like an official and like to have a famous gallery like in the US or Canada. That will be the first help, and the second is to get me at school.
Okay, what do you mean by at school? An art school?
At school.
Okay.
There are academies. I would like to follow my dreams, like studying animation, cartoons, stuff like that.
So those are the two main things that if you got, you'd definitely be on the right, better path to achieving
to make my products known around the world.
What about working with the locals here in terms of taking advantage of the galleries that are here, the art galleries that are here, the exhibitions that are normally here? Have you ever considered that? And what would be your comment about the local way of dealing with the arts industry here in Rwanda? We have different, like Inema Arts and among others, that probably bring together different artists to portray or showcase what they have. Do you ever consider working with such people? And how would you describe the way local artists work here?
Yeah, the local artists work well, and I think for me, I didn't try to work with Inema or other people. So, but I see their products. They are good. They are nice. Yeah.
So, would you consider maybe starting there before thinking of going abroad?
Yeah, I was thinking about joining them, but not yet. Still thinking about it.
Okay. So as we near the end, what would you tell me that was your biggest accomplishment in all the kind of work that you've done? The paintings or the deals that you've been able to get? What do you think is, or which one do you think is the biggest accomplishment that you've ever had in your period of drawing?
Yeah, the big accomplishment is that now I have my website. Yeah, because the website is where anyone can see your artworks. That's the big accomplishment I achieved. Yeah.
So far. And among the deals or the jobs that you've been able to be given, yes, which one?
Yeah, the Northern Solution. It's a Norway company. I have been given like several paintings to do for them.
Okay. Yeah. And this is making you happy?
Yeah, it's making me happy.
All right. So what then do you think the future looks like for you? If you look at yourself today and say in the next 2 years or 5 years, where do you see yourself?
Yeah, I see myself like a famous artist. I will be a famous artist.
And the fame, what would you use the fame for?
The fame, I see the fame as maybe I will be well known around the world. Yeah.
Is that what you want?
Yeah, that's what I want, because when you are well known, they know your product, it means you are selling a lot. Yeah.
Okay. You can also be known for negative.
For negative? No, I'm not saying for negative, I'm saying for positive.
For positive.
Yeah.
All right. So Serge, any other thing that you'd like to share with us today as we leave? An inspirational word, whatever you want to tell that person who is probably thinking of going arts, but peer pressure is telling him, no, let's do sciences because sciences is for those who are, big in the society. Or maybe they're going through a lot and they're just starting up like you, but they're feeling like giving up. What would you tell them? What would be your last word for this?
I would like to tell them, for those who are listening to me right now, they have to believe in yourself and they work harder. They don't say, I will give up. You don't have to give up. Like me, I didn't give up. So they believe in themselves and they work hard.
Okay. Super duper. Serge, thank you so much. I'm looking at this over here. This would go for how much?
Like that, we go for 150,000.
150,000.
Yeah.
Where would it perfectly fit? At a house, at school? When you're making it, do you ever think of where you would like it to be?
In a living room.
This would be good in a living room.
Yeah.
150,000.
Yeah.
Zebra.
A zebra.
All right. So, thank you so much, Serge. We wish you all the best. And keep up the good work. I'm very, very certain that with hard work, success always follows.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay? Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
There you have it. So, Serge Nyonsaba, our guest on One-on-One today. We're hoping that at least you picked one or two things or even more in terms of inspiration and the drive. Of course, he says that he's not giving up and he has wishes, and of course he's going to work hard to make sure that he achieves those particular targets. From me and the crew right here on 89.7 Contact FM and on Contact TV via C24 app, I want to say thank you so much for being with us. My name, as always, is Eugene Anangwe. Goodbye.